welcome to the Heavenly Traveler Workshop. And we've been working on this beautiful circle of knowledge, Heavenly Traveler journal. This little sneak peek at what we've been up to over the last little bit. This is just going to be a creation of my imagination. If you're new to me, hi, I'm Pamela Teresa, medium in the raw. I'm a true-born medium. So crafting with the medium we are. If you want to learn more about me, all you have to do is go to mediumintheraw.com, and I do have an online social network, mediumrawality.com. So let's get to it. Let's grab our page that we want to add this to and see how well we measured. Oh yes, we did a good job. Okay, cool. So first of all, I need to score this down just a tad. Here we go. Who needs a fancy tool when you got a ruler? Hello. And then step 2 is I want to ink around the edges here, because right now is really the best time to do that. We need to add our tape. Let's go for it. And if all goes well, we'll get this on and I'll show you real quick. And hopefully I have you in shot. Here we go. And I'm just using a stamp block to cut my tape, my double-sided tape. Okay, what you want to do is just come in and boom, trim that like that. See? Super easy peasy. And do that on those two ends right there. And then what I want to do is kind of trim a tiny bit off right there. Just a tiny, tiny bit right there. Okay. And very simply, turn it over. And, okay, so I'm going to teach you a little tip here. When you're making these pockets where things are going to slide in, you want this side down first. And then the bottom part last. Because when you're sliding in stuff, you don't want it to get... If you put the bottom in first and then put the sides on this, on top of the bottom, items that you're trying to slide into the pocket can get caught up on that right there. So, what I like to do is first come in and stick the bottoms down like that, and that way, it's going to be a much more enjoyable process when you're trying to put items into these pockets. Also, another tip is I like to add a little bit of glue stick to the double-sided tape, so that way when I'm adding it to my page, I have a little bit of time. It makes it slippery. If I mess up, I can remove it, because the double-sided tape is very, very, like, once you get it on there, it's hard to get it off sort of situation. Okay, now what we're wanting to do is on this page, and like I said, I hopefully measured it correctly. What I want to do first is try to attach it to the top. Try to get it right there, line it up right up there on the top and the sides, and then lay it flat, and then just put it down right there. Okay, so there you have, that is just an easy way to add another really cool storage space. Now, what's really neat is I'm going to make folders to fit into these right here. These three will have folders. And the reason why I make the folders to slip into here is because you can pull the folders out, you can open them up, and you can add a lot of different items to your Heavenly Traveler. I need to find myself another piece of cardstock so that way I can make this page here. So it's really super simple. Basically, I want to measure, of course, measure twice. Okay, so once again, that's 9 3/4. That'll be 9 3/4 by, this looks like 6 1/2. If I did it right, to 6.5. 6.5 right there. And then we just need to score. Right here. Oops, if you can see, score 1/2 inch in. And that should do it. Oh yeah, I did a good thing. I did a good thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, which is different, is I'm actually going to lay this piece on top of that piece, like that. Okay, so that means that I'm going to add some tape. Oh, I'm going to ink it up first. Just because it's easier to ink it before I put it in the book. So now let's take this double-sided tape off of here and put our glue stick on it, because I'll definitely need slip. I just know it because I need to be able to get this right. Okay. So, like I said, we're just going to butt it up against here. Just level, make it just super right. And just put it down and hope for the best. And yay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. Okay, so check that out. So now we have 5 pages, and you notice how that evens it up a little bit. Okay. So we'll need 2 flaps here, but we need to make a pocket here and a flap here. Let's get on that. Get my cutter out. So we go like this, 10 3/4. We'll take that off of there. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and cut what's going to be the flap at 10 3/4. Because I know that says, wait a minute, no. That's going to be different, isn't it? Because we're not going to have to have a pocket for the flap. So basically, we just need it to be 9 3/4 if I am adding correctly. 9 3/4. Yep. 9 3/4. And while I'm at it, I want to actually measure, because remember, we're duplicating. I'm going to measure my flap, and my flap is 2.5. So that means I want it to be 3 inches. Okay, so let's just do that. Turn it the right way here. Let's go 3 inches, like that. So that way, I'll show you. So now what we need to do is we need to score this, and got to score it at 1/2 inch right here. So this is our flap. We did not cut this piece yet. Let's cut this at 5 3/4. Get our little cutting board here. So we have 5, 1, 2, 3/4, roughly. That should do. You have to wonder if, nope, that would not have done. Okay, so with that being said, we need to 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. Either way, top or bottom, 1/2 inch here. And we're hoping that it will fit. We're fixing to find out. So we just fold that up where we scored it. And if you don't have a scoreboard, you can mark your paper and you can use your ruler to bend it up and then and go in that like that, okay? So before we get the tape and the ink on it, let's make sure it fits, because each and every one of these pages, they're a little bit different size because, of course, this is handmade. So here we go. Let's make some beauty. I think that's going to fit just fine. Okay, good. That makes me happy. Now let's tape it and ink it and get her ready to go. You know the drill. I need my ink thingy. All right, so let's take a look at how we did this little beauty. Okay, nice and inked up and pretty. Okay, let's do it. Just want to make sure, because I'm trying to somewhat duplicate the back pocket. Like I said, the inside covers are not going to have pockets because I love the paper, so I'm creating the pockets for storage space this way. I never know when I'm inking these what needs to be inked and what doesn't, so I just kind of go around all of the edges just to cover my bases. Okay, so now this is our nice little pocket that we're creating here. So I'm just using a little bit of this vintage photo distress ink, going around the edges here. And everybody has their way of doing it. If you have makeup, instead of throwing it away, you can use that. Use what you have in creating these beautiful spiritual breadcrumb trail journals. Okay. Also, the inside of this is going to be not lined. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. So as that, some of it will be noticed. I'm going to add a little bit of woohoo swishing to that. Let's add our tape. And I can see that I need to get a new roll of tape here. I am in need of tape. So this is what I use. It's called score tape. I pick it up on Amazon. And there's all sorts of double-sided tapes you can pick up online. I'm just wondering, is this going to be too wide, or it should be, it's a ½ inch. I scored it at a ½ inch. See, there's a method to why I try to score it a ½ inch, because depending on the size tape that I have, that's how I want to score it. Okay, take my little block. Some people cut the tape with scissors, but for me, I don't want to have to deal with putting scissors in my hand and all that jazzaroo. Okay, so here we go. We're adding. Hey. Oh, goodness gracious. This tape is a little bit wider than a ½ inch, I must admit. Or my score is not a ½ inch, but I showed it as being a ½ inch. What's up with that? So we're going to add this to our little pocket. And it doesn't matter what side I do this on. I notice this tape is a little bit thick here. Huh. Interesting. So let's put this pocket on and decorate her. This is exciting. Oh, wait. Gotta cut. Remember. This doesn't matter that I wrote on it. It's going to be covered up. So, like that. This beautiful little journal. Oh, for those of y'all who have been looking at the Beyond Belief on the Heavenly Traveler workshop, the last Heavenly Traveler I put up on my Etsy shop, it has sold. They do go pretty quickly. Once I do put them up. I also like to trim this a little bit here. Boom. All right. There we go. Everybody has their own way of going about things. I need to move you. Move out of my way, baby. Okay. So remember the little trick here, y'all. You can't even see what I'm doing. Okay. I like to lift up the tape, put this side down first, stick that to there, because once again, anything I stick into this pocket, I don't want it getting caught up on this bottom edge. And it can slide down the side here. Hello, come on. Okay, there you go. And now I shall add a little bit of glue. While I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead. Do I dare? At least I'll pull that up a little bit so that way when I'm ready for you, I can do that. I am going to add a little bit of double-sided tape. I'm sorry, glue stick. Can I talk? Can I talk? A little bit of glue stick. And because we're gonna attach this pretty little puppy on, keeping in mind, it's gonna match this one. Okay, out a little bit. There. So I want to give it a little bit of room on the bottom there. Line it up as straight as possible. And there we have it. Okay. So it looks to me like this pocket's a little bit taller, but I think that's perfectly fine. Now, remember how we're going to add some copy dyed paper in here? One of the reasons why I'm going to add it after I put the pocket on is because I do want to cover up these right there. Plus it's extra security. Also too, now I'm going to add this little, let's see here. Let's see how we got to do it here. How do we want to do it? How do we want to do it? We want this edge to be down on that, so we got to turn this around. I got to think about it. Think, fairy bug, think. Okay, so it's going to, and by the way, okay, let's go out a little bit. I don't really need the double-sided, I don't need the glue stick for this because I can see what I'm doing here. And you notice how this pocket is, I didn't cut it exactly the same width. That's okay. It's still going to be pretty. It's still going to be pretty. Okay. It really is. In fact, I think it adds a little bit of charm that it's not exactly as wide as, it's still going to be beautiful. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add, we can add our beautiful angel paper to here. We need to line the inside of this, which of course is going to be interesting because I can just tear that. I can tear it right there. Okay, so let's grab ourselves some tea dyed paper, coffee dyed paper to line the inside of here. And that's going to be really easy because I am just going to actually mark it with a pen. Actually, I don't even think I have to mark it. I am just going to tear this paper like so, because that looks like that's going to fit pretty good. And then what I need to do is put this in here, just keeping in mind we are going to have to go out a little bit here. Let me see what I'm doing here. Basically, this is going to be, okay, cool. I'm simply going to decide about how much of this I want to tear off, which is about like that. So I can then add this beautiful paper. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh, yes. What I'm going to do too as well is I'm going to add a little bit of, let's go back inside. Okay. This journal is so big. I'm having a difficult time with getting y'all in shot. This book right here is humongous. So my apologies for the in and outs. Okay. Let's add a little bit of glue, and this time around I'm going to add, I'm going to use some clear tacky glue from Aleene's. because it's hopefully gonna come out of here. Go through your glue stash and, oh, hello. Are you not wanting to come out? Okay, we got it. We got some interference here. All right. All right, I got it. All right. So just want to tack it in here. And hence tacky glue. I like this glue because it gives me a little bit of time when I have to slip things in. And you can pick it up at Walmart, any sort of craft store. You can use Elmer's glue if you want. Any kind of glue you want. I just really want to secure this in. Get my paper towel. Here we go. Turn this around. And just get this lined up. Which should not be very hard because, okay, we got some very sticky glue here. All right. Get my paper towel to wipe off my fingers. And what's neat about the ink is I can just ink this edge up right there. Right? Just ink that up. And okay, so another thing that I want to do real quick is I want to take my ruler and just assist that paper in folding over, right? So neat. Isn't that pretty, y'all? And another thing that I like to do sometimes, I think that makes it pretty, is to ink that like that. Okay, and I didn't do that on this side. Let's do it now. I just think it just adds pretty. Once this dries, it's going to be very nice. Okay, so I still need my ruler. You should see the mess I've got going on in my... Now, let's decide the beautiful angel paper that we want to add. Once again, we're duplicating this pocket and we're putting it on the back. It's in lieu of any pockets that would be on the inside cover. I need to pick out some beautiful angel papers. Let's see what we have. We have that. Let's pick out what we would like. Grab my, got it over here on the side. Got quite a mess going on here. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I think I'm going to use my composition notebook to house some of my excess. How's that? Okay, so that's pretty. Oh, back in the theme of babies. Oh, how pretty is that? That might be happening. Okay. Let's see what we have. Oh, how pretty. Ooh, that one is definitely speaking to me. Okay. Oh, look how pretty that is, y'all. The baby's sleeping. Will that fit? Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that would be so pretty. Wouldn't it though? Oh, we have to. We have to. Okay, great. Great. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to figure out let's see. I might put the heads over there. So this is, let me put you in the screen here. That would be up to there. And then, okay. Rather don't you think that I should actually add this beautiful piece? Because remember, I'm going to put beautiful pictures of angels and then also poetry on either side. We got a theme going on here, y'all. And I think that this, I love how this worked out on this pocket, but with this back here, I think it's size-wise, it might work. Okay. Let's cut it down real quick. Let's see what happens. So what we need to do is cut that to there. Okay, we have that part. And then I need to measure, and that would be 5, just a little under 5. Let's see what happens if we cut this down to just under 5. So look at that. See, the problem with that is this would be under the flap, okay, because it would be cutting right here. And that's why we're going to have to save this one for another page. Okay, so how about we use this one for our pocket? Because that might look good. Let's see. That'd be really kind of pretty. And then we would have the flowers and the flap. Let's do that. Okay. So we would need to cut this to, let's see what happens. We said 5, right? Let's check it out and see where that would wind up being. Well, how about we try not to tear this. Let's go that way. And let's see what happens when this is cut to 5. This would be about right here. But see, the thing here is, that's not, okay, we have a situation, people, because the angel space is going to be covered up by the, we're going to have to, okay, what we need to do is cut this first. Okay, I figured it out. Cut that first, and then with that, we'll, oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. So how much do we need on that? We need 2.5, 2 1/4. Let's cut this down to 2 1/4. So that's 2, and there's 2 1/4, right? Would be right there. Okay. And that's where this would be here, right? And then that would be there. Okay, we could do that. We could move that up. The little sleeping baby's going to be there. So we could move that up to there. Y'all could see what I'm doing here. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so this one will be cut to here. Let's mark you right here. Mark you in the same spot right there. Okay. Let's cut that far. It's like, that's what I love about these old books. You could really have a lot of fun. And this right here, I'm going to keep it. And so remember, we're cutting this off here. And because So we have that piece right there. And this could be a bookmark, right? Now we need to figure out on this one here, where we want to cut it. And I think, oh, I like that. That's going to be so pretty. It's going to be so pretty, y'all. Okay, we're going to cut you right there. You can't go wrong with these. Can I see my line? Here we go. There you go. All right. How pretty is that going to be? I tell you what. We are cooking now, y'all. Well, first thing I want to do is I definitely want to add a little bit of ink to the edges here, just to add to the little bit of aged look that we have going on in this here journal. I know that it's not that noticeable, but still it's a little something. Plus, another thing is, I will be adding just a tad bit more here and here. You can see what I'm doing. And here, just to age it up a little. Have fun with your inks. Just have fun with your inks. And I'm going to go on ahead and ink this side up too as well for the flap. So pretty. That's going to go there. And I like that I gave myself a little bit of a border. You see? See how stark white that is? Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to really darken that up a little bit. There. Ooh, so pretty. Add a little bit more here. And there we go. It's so easy, y'all. It's just going to be so pretty. The same goes for this edge here. I'm really going to give it a good inking up here. I just am in that sort of mood today. I think it's just super pretty. I love Victorian aged gorgeousness. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to put a ton of glue stick. Glue stick is our friend. We're going to glue this beautiful piece of art down. And I love how this Heavenly Traveler is a visual knowledge. Oh, how about that, y'all? Okay, so we'll set this aside for a second. Come on over here and grab, and let's make sure we're right side up, right? We don't want to be upside down in our book of situations here. I have done that before. Okay, so we are right side up. And now we're going to add this beautiful pretty. Look at there. Just so beautiful, y'all. Just so beautiful. This doesn't visual art, doesn't that make you happy? It's just so therapeutic for me. I just feel so much happier when I see pretty pictures, especially little angels. Okay, let's go on ahead and glue this side too as well. And that's the neat thing about taking an old book that was otherwise going to be discarded, thrown away. I love the fact that people donate to Goodwill or bookstores, that people don't just throw stuff in the dumpster or in the bin. Because look, this book is going to have another life. And it's going to have another beautiful life, just so you know. I just got some glue right here. And I don't want to get it up on the front of my book. Okay, so we just add this here like this. and line it up as best we can. All right. Oh, for the prettiness of all prettiness, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Did we just make the most beautiful pocket of all? Oh, and knock off some of this white. There we go. We have ourselves a happy, beautiful, heavenly pocket. So as you can see, that's the front. Okay. That's the back. Like that. And that envelope I made the other day, I have one in here. So there's a lot you can stick in these here. And see, I have this other little envelope I made the other day out of a square piece of paper. I made there's a video up on this channel showing you how I did that. I'm going to stick this one in here. You can put old letters. Okay, so this page here is actually going to be duplicated. It's going to look just like this. It's going to be flip open like that. So we need 2 flaps with cardstock. We'll need 2 flaps, which will be easy to make. We'll put those in, and we'll be using this beautiful poetry paper too as well. So I am going to take about 5 minutes and get this. I'll be right back.